Kangata should have been bold enough to tell the president, the people of the mountain have never accepted the handshake. And the BBI is a product of the handshake.
I don't know where Kangata got these statistics from, but the Mount Kenya that I am from, the Mount Kenya that I always interact with, is fully behind the BBI process.
It is premature to say you are predicting a child who is in standard 2 will not pass in class 8. When you know already you have not even taken the child through the process from class 2 to class 8.
Tafadhali hata kama musikizi sisi mnasema ni watangatanga, musikize moja wenu wakieleweke na mlete hii document tukae chini pamoja.
Look like we are getting into a period of defections. So you never know whether one is looking for an opportunity to behave differently in the coming days.
Out of the 4.4 million signatures we got for BBI, 25% of those signatures were from Mount Kenya region. That is over 800,000 signatures came from Mount Kenya region. Si hawa ni watu. So for anyone who is saying that Mount Kenya does not support BBI, then where did we get those signatures from?
The president must now start the politics of persuasion. Yielding the big stake is not working.
Senator Kangata should have used other channels of communication to reach to the president. Him being a majority whip in the Senate, certainly it's a position he occupies with the approval of the president, and it means that he should be able to access the president in a different way other than through writing a letter. You write letters to people whom you cannot reach, people who are very far from you, and or people whom you want to document something for purposes of future reference. So I think Senator Kangata should have approached the president. I'm sure he can call the president. They have certainly talked with the president over the phone in the past, and this mode of communication is not an approved way in public service. What he has now done by writing this letter, he is trying to depict a system that is not functional. And you don't do that when you are part of a team. And I think either directly or indirectly, what he has also done is to energize those who are opposed to the BBI, those who have been having sentiments against the current government. It's just given them ammunition, it's fueled their base. And you can actually tell by the kind of vibe you see in the social media. So I don't think he did the correct thing, and I think that should not be done. We have seen it also with Governor Sonko. He went ballistic the same way, and eventually you could tell that he was holding the wrong office for his caliber.
Anybody who thinks that Jubilee's fortunes are sinking in Mount Kenya because of BBI is completely mistaken. I have just given you a good example. We have a very aggressive campaign against BBI, and I gave you some of the leaders of that campaign, include Alice Wahombe and Bibinyoro, who come from Murang'a. They have done everything they can to fight Jubilee, to fight BBI in Murang'a. Kangata, who is supposed to be leading BBI campaigns in Murang'a, has done nothing. But he is now telling us, despite doing nothing, and despite Alice and Dede and other people doing everything they can, we have 20% supporting. Now, when we start doing something, for example, in Murang'a, we have at least 6 members of parliament who support BBI. When they roll out their campaign, they will whitewash Alice and Dede, for sure, is what the figures we're getting from Kangata. It means that by the end of this week or next week, and I want to tell Kangata something. I don't even want him to sell BBI. We want to give him the job of doing polls every week. We can do a poll every week and release it. So he released the first one, told us where we are. Next week on Friday, he should go and release another poll and tell us. Then after 3 weeks, he should release another poll and tell us. We don't expect him, because he cannot sell BBI. We are quite clear he cannot sell BBI. Him is looking for excuses not to sell it. We will not ask him to sell BBI. We will sell BBI. We don't even want the president to come and sell BBI. We will sell it ourselves. Kazi ya Kangata itakuwa kufanya poll. Kila wiki anafanya poll, ana release. Anafanya poll, ana release. Then we discuss his poll. is the party like doesn't deserve to be the majority leader of the Jubilee Party in Senate. But I also think that he's looking for an excuse to get fired, so that he can now say he was fired because he said the truth. So we first need to prove to him that what he said is not true. Then he can get fired. I would like him to be fired after BBI. After the BBI, once BBI passes and it succeeds, and we give a 70%, 80%, 90% return in Mount Kenya, we fire KANGATA. Give him any job as regards BBI between now and then. As yake atakuwa akifanya polls. That is the work we have given him.
Senator UHURU Kenyatta, who has written a letter to the president about the BBI, should not be vilified or condemned. Rather, he should be honored, respected, and given a pat on the back for actually supporting the BBI. This letter is very good for BBI. Because look, for example, we've seen not less than 10 governors of the Mount Kenya region come together and say that all is well and that this is just a perception of Senator UHURU Kenyatta. What does that mean? It means that this topic is now at the top of the table. It also means that these governors and other leaders in that region will ensure that BBI succeeds properly. That is good for BBI. It wakes all of us up from other regions to ensure that the BBI, which we support, succeeds. So Senator UHURU Kenyatta is actually doing a very good thing for all of us who support the BBI. Number two, I'm asking myself, having worked in President Mwai Kibaki's government for many, many years, is there a problem in UHURU Kenyatta's communication when it comes to his political organization? Is there a problem in the way communication and things are being done? Why did the senator have to issue a letter? Just asking myself. Number three, I'm also pondering because, this may also be a political game. Because I remember from experience it can be done before. Maybe this is a ploy by President UHURU Kenyatta to get it out there so that it gives him a very good excuse to rejig his team so that he can even be more efficient in working properly for his politics. Just wondering, based on my experience. But I'm also speculating. Anyway, I support UHURU Kenyatta's letter. I support it because it supports BBI. It is good for all of us. And he should not be vilified. And whoever knows where he is, I've tried calling him, his phone is off because I think of the pressure. Please tell him to call me. I owe him a drink. I want to buy him a drink. He has made me proud. I want to give him a pat on the back, tell him Happy New Year, and thank you for fighting the propaganda against BBI and ensuring that now we talk about BBI and make sure it succeeds. Senator UHURU Kenyatta ambaye ameandika barua kwa Rais UHURU Kenyatta kuhusu BBI anapaswa kupewa pongezi, anapaswa kununuliwa chai, kuambiwa amefanya jambo zuri sana kwa sababu ameokoa BBI. Yeye kwa kuandika hii barua ametuamsha sisi wengi wote. Ameongea kuhusu mambo ambayo pengine wengine hawataki kuongea juu yake. Tumeona magavana 10 wa eneo hilo la Mount Kenya wamesema yote iko sawa. Inamaanisha ya kwamba sasa wataimarisha kazi yao, waendelee, wamaanisha kwamba mambo yatakuwa sawa BBI. Kwa wale ambao tunaunga mkono BBI, hili ni jambo zuri, sio jambo mbaya. Kwa hivyo Senator UHURU Kenyatta amefanya jambo zuri kama kijana kiongozi, kuongea mambo ambayo wengine wanapenda kuongea, kwa sababu inamaanisha kwamba sasa kazi itafanywa vizuri, BBI iweze kufaulu. Jambo la pili ni kwamba najiuliza, je, kwani kuna shida fulani ya mawasiliano katika hali ya kisiasa ya Rais wetu UHURU Kenyatta ambao tunamunga mkono? Kwani kuna shida ya lazima andikiwe barua? Kuna shida gani inaendelea hapo? Lazima tujiulize. Ama mara tatu najiuliza, ama ni ule mchezo. Unajua mimi nilifanya kazi kwa serikali ya Mwai Kibaki. Pengine hata barua hii ni kazi ya UHURU Kenyatta ambayo ameifanya, ndio ambayo imeandikwa ndio ilete changamoto, ndio President UHURU Kenyatta hapate nafasi ya kuweza kufanya mabadiliko ya kina kule ambayo ya watu ambao wamekuwa kimharibia siasa. Najiuliza tu, lakini hiyo ni speculation yangu tu, sijui kweli wa mambo. Na mwisho nikusema, Senator UHURU Kenyatta umezima simu. Tafadhali ukipata ujumbe huu nipigie simu, nitafute. Nataka kukuambia Happy New Year, nataka kukununulia kinywaji, nikununulie chai na mandazi nikupeleke pale T-Tot Machakos ukule ile mandazi kubwa, kwa sababu wewe ni shujaa ambaye umesimama kina na umeokoa BBI.
I was elected by the people to present the people and to talk issues of the people. And that's why I've been telling you the president, mambo hayendi mzuri. I've been telling you all through. Kakuja Mombasa na wakona anafuata huko nyuma, ukatoka na watu washenzi. Your Excellency, ukachukua serikali yote ile tulichaguliwa na Jubilee watu milioni 8. You are dealing now with the people. Wale mnaona wajumbe, mmepiga wajumbe, mmemaliza. Corrupt National Assembly, mmemaliza. And let me ask you, Excellency, you talk about the corruption. The corruption you are doing in Senate and the Assembly. Yani mweka leadership kando, sasa ni corruption. How can you talk about the corruption when wewe wenyewe ofisi yako inatoa pesa kupeleka pesa kwa watu, kuhonga watu, wapitishe bill, wafanye mambo mengine, wapiga watu wengine, watoa watu wengine kwa madaraka, and later you talk about the corruption? I think there must be something somewhere wrong. The three arms of the government, they are independent. But I agree, they are not independent from you, because you are the president. So it's your duty to put them together. Maraga analia hajakuona, analia bila hajakuona. How? Sisi wenyewe umefukuza sisi, ukachukua chama yetu yote, watu milioni 8 ukaweka mgongo, ikakuwa ni yako. Unafukuza watu vile unataka. Unafanya vile unataka. Your Excellency, we have given you 2 terms. 10 years. Please. Baba yako hakumaliza shida za Kenya. Moi hakumaliza shida za Kenya. Kibaki hakumaliza shida za Kenya. And I want to let you know, hata wewe, don't use force. Ati lazima uache rekodi gani? Ati gani? Wachia process iendelee kwa wale wengine watakuja. They will finish the nini. Even your children and the children they will come, they will still be on the process ya kutengeneza nchi ya Kenya. Don't use force. Na nikusaidia kitu moja, Your Excellency. Na utafute mtu akusomea Biblia kwa njia mzuri kabisa, when you are completely relaxing, akusomea Biblia mzuri. Mungu hawezi kumpa nguvu mtu na akupe pesa uitumie kuumiza watu wengine. It is against the will of God. Inshallah. Hata kwa Kiislamu dhambi kubwa ni kudhulumu mtu. Dhambi kubwa ni kudhulumu mtu kwa sababu hana pesa, kwa sababu hana uwezo. Your Excellency, tulikupandisha hiyo kiti, tukakuweka hapo kwa sababu tulikupenda. I don't be saying people don't like you. Hiyo ni watu wale wanakunywa kasuba huko bangi, wanakuja kudanganya. Sasa hatukupendi namna gani utakuwa mara ya kwanza. Tukapelekana mpaka na Hague. Makanisa ikaomba, ikakusaidia kila kitu makanisa. Basi kosa kutusikiza sisi wote, but respect the church. Respect the Muslim. Ndio anasema. Respect your church Catholic. Pentecostal. Waislamu na wengine wote, kanisa zote ndogo ndogo na kanisa kubwa. They have talked. Hii force unataka ya BBI. Ukidanganya na hii mtu naitwa Raila Odinga. Na nimekusomea nikakwambia baba yako alishindwa, Moi akashindwa, Kibaki akashindwa. Huyu mtu huwezi kumtoshelesha hata ukimpa bibi yako. It's not possible. It's not possible.